Good morning, Rea House. I hope you and your families are all keeping safe and well. Welcome to our Rea House assembly. Slightly different to how we normally do assemblies. I wish we could all be in the hall together. However, for obvious reasons, that hasn't happened. But it's nice to be able to stay in touch with you and communicate what's going on outside and inside of school. First of all, I just want to start with a huge thank you and well done to those of you that are staying in contact and getting involved with everything we've got going on outside of school. We talk about Stockland Green as being a family, and I think in times like this, that's really important that we need to maintain that. So seeing you guys who have been taking part in the Twitter challenges, Challenge Tuesday, Fun Friday, those of you getting involved with Crucially Crawford, it's been really lovely. So thank you for staying in touch. Second of all, a massive well done to those of you that are continually committed to your online learning. I know it's not without its difficulties, this transition to a virtual classroom, but seeing the amount of people that are involved and engaged and motivated has been really lovely. So on behalf of your teachers, thank you for that. To start off with, we're going to look at our shining stars, really, see who has been performing in these very strange times, even in the face of all this adversity. So to start off with, I have picked from each form our top house point earners. Well done to you guys. And some of these people are getting multiple Feel Good Fridays every single week. So whatever you are doing, please keep it up. It's wonderful to see. If your name is on there, you should be super proud of yourself. On to our top house point earners for this term. We have got this list here. Now, I'm sure you'll all notice there is a lot of year 10s on there. So well done to year 10 for your continued engagement. It's brilliant. That is exactly what we want to see. In third place, however, it is Ray with house points. This term we have only gained 872. We've got Tame in second place with 1,043, and Cole are absolutely soaring with nearly 1,200 house points. Now, next time we do this assembly, I want to be able to swap those colours around, okay? So do not be afraid to get yourselves asked for those Feel Good Fridays if you are doing the work that has been set for you. This is what we want to see. Remember, your house points aren't just for school curriculum work either. You can get them for participation, and we will actually be launching some challenge cards to help you guys earn house points for getting involved in some of the extracurricular stuff we've got going whilst we are away from school. However, these top 20, massive pat on the back to you guys, well done. Our star performer, Hashim, in year 10 with a ridiculous 29 house points, considering we're not in school. That is unbelievable. So well done, Hashim. Brilliant. We are now going to do our faculty awards. Now, usually with these student awards, you probably remember at the end of term, we'd all be in the hall and we'd have a big celebration, and we'd be able to celebrate all of these wonderful pupils that are really pushing themselves their very best in each of these faculties. So instead of doing it in the hall, we are going to do it now because these people really deserve the recognition and the pride that comes from winning these awards. So for every faculty, we have attainment, progress, and the faculty award. I'm going to go through the names and you can take a look for yourselves as to who those winners are. So first of all, for English, we have got two Rea Houses here. We've got Haran in year 8, massive well done to you, Haran, and Famia in year 11 for the Progress Award. That is brilliant. Congratulations to you two. On to maths then, Miss Javaheri. We have Zoe, who has won the Key Stage 4 Attainment Award. Well done, Zoe. And Layla in year 7 has won the Faculty Award for the whole of Key Stage 3. So how brilliant to know that in Layla's short time at Stockland Green, she's made such an impression to win that Key Stage 3 award. On to science then from Miss Winderbank. We have Jayon in year 8 for Key Stage 3 Attainment. Well done, Jayon. And Moram also in year 8 for the Faculty Award. So well done to you two. On to Kappa. Let's see who the most creative students are that we've got. Oh, we've got two in Rea. We've got Jennifer in year 11. Well done, Jennifer. And Ethan in year 7 for the Progress Award. That's brilliant. I'm very envious of you creative lot. As a scientist, I have no creativity whatsoever, so well done to you guys. On to PE. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any Rea students in PE, so let's try and get ourselves onto the PE leaderboard for next term. Okay, I want lots of yellow boxes there next term. On to humanities. These are from Miss Vernon. We've got Kira in year 11 for attainment. Well done, Kira. And Morgan in year 7 for progress. Well done, Morgan. On to languages. Let's see who the linguists are. Oh, we've got Neshron in year 7 for Ray. Clearly, he is a very keen linguist. So you have one from Miss Bourne, the Key Stage 3 Attainment Award. Well done, you. Technology. Oh gosh, we're very good at technology. We have got 2 faculty award winners in Rea House. Rachel, well done, and Kaylee in year 11. That's brilliant. Clearly, we are a house of technologists. That's really good. Well done, you two. On to now then the Pastoral Leader Award. Now, I have been in touch with Mr. Birch, and obviously I asked him for some words about his nomination. So this person has been nominated by Mr. Birch individually out of the whole of Rea House, and the winner of our Pastoral Leader Award is Keen Barton in year 10. Well done, Keen. I've got a couple of sentences here from Mr. Birch. This is what he wanted me to say to you about this award. He said, Key is a polite and courteous young man who goes about his studies with a mature and sensible manner. He is a popular young man with staff and his peers. I am proud to nominate Keane for this award, as he will only go from strength to strength, which will ensure a successful future for himself. So well done, Keane. That's so lovely to hear, particularly going obviously into your GCSE year. Clearly, you've got the support of lots of people around you, so well done to you. On to the next award then. It is the House Leader Award that has been nominated by myself. So the very, very well-deserving recipient of this award is another Year 10 student. It is Wiam. So well done, Wiam. Now, when I was first thinking about this award, Wiam immediately popped into my head, mainly because of her manner and her positive attitude around school. Unfortunately, I do not have the joy of teaching Wiam anymore. Regardless, whenever I see her around school, she takes the time to say, hello, how was your day? And that can honestly make someone's day. So thank you for your positive attitude. Her house points are through the roof, so whoever is lucky enough to teach her, clearly she's doing something very right. She's got brilliant attendance, and she's just a real role model for the rest of the house as to what to aspire to. So thank you for being you, Wiam. Thank you for showing that positivity, that motivation, that commitment to your learning, and overall just being a really lovely, friendly young lady. Well done to you. On to the final award then, and it's the big one. This is the Head Teachers Award. So this is the student out of the whole school that has been selected by Mrs. George as being the Stockland Green Standard personified. Okay. I am lucky enough to teach this student, and the winner of this award is Philip. Well done, Philip. I could not agree more. I'm actually going to play to you the recording that Mrs. George sent over when she called and gave Philip this award.
Okay, Philip, I want you to imagine you're sat in our school hall. It was the end of last term and it was our rewards celebration evening. And I want you to imagine I get up on stage looking very glamorous, and I've got with me my head teacher trophy, and I'm just about to award my head teacher trophy. It's such a shame that you can't see me because I've actually got the head teacher trophy here with me because you are the recipient of my head teacher award for last term. And the reason why I have chosen you is because you are an outstanding student in absolutely every single way. You are positive, you always ask how I am, and actually that's quite a rarity for lots of children. They don't tend to ask how I'm doing or how my day's going, but you always ask, you're always interested, It goes without saying, any recipient of a Head Teacher's Award would have excellent attendance, would make positive contributions to school, and you have got all of that. 100% attendance, no negative logs, you are on track or exceeding your targets in all of your subjects, and let's hope that that continues as you go through. You've got 350 house points to date, and I'm absolutely in awe of the Feel Good Fridays and the house points that you've had since going into lockdown. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal how you're continuing to show every single aspect of the Stockland Green standard that you were inside our school building to that you are continuing to do at home. The work in your contribution to our student leadership, our library, you are making a real difference to our school, Philip, and I just want to say thank you. And honestly, I've got boys that are in year 9, and I just wish they had a little bit of, even your little fingernail amount of enthusiasm and aptitude for school that you have, because you really do demonstrate the Stockland Green standard in everything that you do. So, Philip, it is my absolute pleasure to say that you are a recipient of my Head Teacher Award.
How lovely. Well done, Philip. As Mrs. George says, you are the Stockland Green standard in student form. So well done. Thank you for everything you're doing to contribute to our school. On to the next part of our assembly then. The theme of this week is community. And I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that that word community could not be more important at this moment in time. I've got 4 pictures for you to have a look at. First of all, do you know what they are showing? And second of all, if you do, how does this relate to the sense of community? So in the top left, we have got a picture of some volunteers who are packing bags for a food bank. And actually, at Erdington, Stockland Green, there are quite a few food banks in the area. And the fact that these people, these volunteers, are putting themselves at risk to help others less fortunate is amazing. There are lots of people that unfortunately would go without food if it wasn't for the support of these charities and these food banks, and they are vital to our community. The next picture then is a woman wearing NHS scrubs. Now, you may have seen on the news, you may know people, my mom is doing this, and actually some students at Stockland Green have also been contributing towards this PPE and making scrubs for NHS staff. It just goes to show what we can do as a whole nation if we all pull together. The bottom left picture then, hopefully most of you know who this is, an absolute hero of mine now, and I'm sure to many of you. This is Tom Moore. Now, Tom Moore initially set up a Just Giving fundraising page with the aim of walking 100 laps of his garden before his 100th birthday. Not only is Tom Moore a war hero, but he has now actually raised over £32 million for the NHS, and that wouldn't have happened without the support of the whole nation, without those very generous contributions of millions and millions of people in our country. It just goes to show one small idea, as long as that sense of community is there, how that can flourish. And £32 million for the NHS is just an absolute awe-inspiring amount of money. The bottom right then, I imagine quite a few of you will have been taking part in this every Thursday, is our Clap for Carers initiative. So every Thursday evening, people are hanging out their windows, standing on their drives, clapping for our key workers and our carers, whether that be in the NHS, whether that be in our social care homes. We are showing our support as a community for those key workers who are essentially keeping this country ticking over in these times. So that was a really, really lovely video that was in fact filmed by an ambulance driver, a paramedic, that was in the West Midlands. You can see he decided that as he was driving around on a day-to-day basis, he was completely overwhelmed by the amount of support and love from his community. So he decided to film that video just to show how his community has helped him through these very difficult times. You'll have noticed there was lots of rainbows, there was the clapping for carers. There was also a lovely phrase that was plastered on a wall that said, "Be kind, look out for one another." And I think that entirely encapsulates what we should be doing at this moment in time. Now, as I previously touched on, some of you guys might actually have been involved in this. So this was a news story from our local newspaper. It reads, Sutton Coldfield schools join forces to make PPE for NHS staff. And those of you that have been in school alongside the technology teachers at Stockland Green and alongside various other Sutton Coldfield schools, we have been able to actually make PPE for our local hospitals. We've got, you can see there, we've got face masks, and there's a member of Good Hope staff there actually wearing one of the visors that have been made by our school and our sister schools. Overall, we've made 1,200 pieces of PPE equipment, which is absolutely incredible. Now, Stockland Green specifically have played a very, very vital role in helping some of our local hospitals. And they have done that, students at Stockland Green have done this by making scrub bags. Now, these scrub bags are given to hospital staff, they're given to nurses and doctors. And when they've finished a very long shift, they can take their medical scrubs, they can put them inside these scrub bags, and they can be washed straight away. So they really, really are imperative for helping, first of all, stop the spread of infection, but also making the lives of those vitally important key workers, that's a tiny bit easier. I'm just going to read what Miss George said about our students and our contribution by our community, because I think it summarises it perfectly. Miss George said, "I'm really heartened by the way all of our schools and communities have responded, putting others first and working collectively to help those in need. These are the attributes we hope to instill in our children and young people as we teach them to be responsible, kind and compassionate citizens." So a huge thank you on behalf of everyone in the community for your contribution to those vital key staff, those key NHS workers. What I want you to have a go at this week surrounding the theme of community, I think at this point in time it is more important than ever to say thank you. And actually sometimes it can be difficult to say thank you. You can very easily take things for granted and not actually just take that minute to say thank you to someone that has helped you. So your task this week is to write a letter to a member of your community to say thank you. This could be anyone. It could be a friend or a family, maybe someone who's helped you get you shopping. It could be an NHS worker. It could be a local charity. We already talked about those food banks, maybe someone at the Trussell Trust. It could be saying thank you for helping those in need. Supermarket workers, delivery drivers, social care workers, transport workers, refuse collectors, firefighters, the military. The list is endless, and I'm sure all of you know someone who is a key worker in that position. So my task to you is to write a letter to a member of the community to say thank you, because trust me, saying thank you to someone can go a really, really long way. Just to finish off then, I found this really, really lovely quote. It's from someone called Helen Keller, and it says, "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much." And I think these past few weeks of uncertainty have really proven that. It's been so lovely to see everyone in the community coming together. And I just want you to take a moment to think about, what does your community mean to you, and what could you do to further help the Stockland Green community? Stay safe, Rea House. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in what won't be the too distant future. Please look after yourselves. Please look after each other. Thank you very much.